So today's video is going to be talking about my new album, as well as telling you guys what this tattoo means. Without further ado, let's jump into this video. Before we get started, I just want to ask everybody to scroll down and hit that like button. It'll help this video get in front of more people, help my channel grow. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Everybody, please turn on those bell notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video, because YouTube, as you know, doesn't do that on their own anymore. So, as you guys saw a few months ago, I was chilling at Gold Standard Studios, working on an album, a new album, finally. That's when you hit me with the should've seen it long ago. Chico, play me better than anybody that I know. Yeah. I previewed a few songs on there. I showed some of the songs that I'm working on. It's basically going to be a two-part album. And what does that have to do with my tattoo? The album is called Ouroboros or Ouroboros, and it's going to be a dual album, or I'll say dual EP, because it's not going to be 15 songs per project. It's only going to be like 5 to 7 songs on each project. Basically just telling a story and me expressing myself and everything that I've gone through the past, I'll say 3 to 4 years, mostly dealing with my failed engagement that I had. I pretty much lived out that whole thing on this YouTube channel, you know, from posting the Zielona Góra music video, traveling to Poland, if you guys remember that. And then years later, when I posted a video talking about my post-breakup alcoholic abusive situation that I went through, where I was just drinking all the time to kind of drown my sorrows out, to get through that situation, and it wasn't very good for me. So this album is kind of speaking finally about all of the stuff that I went through back then, speaking some truths and speaking about my growth and speaking about just different lessons that I've learned, and hopefully saying things that somebody can also resonate with and help them get through a similar situation if they go through a breakup, or they lose somebody that's really close to them, or they're cheated on, or whatever it may be. I just want this album to be truthful. This stuff has been pent up in me for the longest time, and so I've been having like writer's diarrhea. Every time inspiration hits me, I get this diarrhea, and I just have to write songs, and then that's where all these songs came from. With that being said, so this tattoo, you guys saw me get the tattoo probably a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when I posted that video, but I got the tattoo in Ukraine, and it is of a snake eating its own tail. I don't know how good that's showing up on the video, but this is actually the symbol of Ouroboros, Ouroboros. The snake eating its own tail, that's what Ouroboros is. This is what it represents, and that's why I got it tattooed on myself as my first tattoo, because this album is so important to me, and the lessons I've learned have been so important to me and vital to my own survival, that I felt like for a first tattoo, it had to be something this important. If I didn't have the ideas of what this symbol represents in me, I probably would have myself a long time ago. So the word Ouroboros comes from the Greek, and it symbolizes the eternal cycle of things. Also, an eternal effort to stop life problems and the eternal struggles. Since the cycle begins again all the time, effort is useless. So it's like it's a constant cycle of trying to stop life's problems, but it's a never-ending cycle, because life always has problems, and you're always going to go through the same cycle of trying to stop the next problem that comes and the next problem that comes. So instead of doing that, this is lesson number one that I learned is, yeah, you can fight life's problems, but it's best to just ride the waves. Ride the waves of life. Stop trying to push so hard against, you know, the flow of where you're going. Just let the waves take you where you're supposed to go. And that's the way I've been living for the past few months. Is my living situation any better, or am I living the greatest life that I've ever wanted to live? No. I'm still living at home with my parents, but I can say that even though that I don't have that much money and all this other stuff, I can still say that I'm very much more happy now. It also refers to the idea of a constant and eternal return. So you're constantly being reborn. It's kind of like the phoenix. If you've ever heard of the phoenix bird, It's a bird that dies and rises up in its own ashes and becomes reborn again as an even stronger bird. it's on fire, basically. But the Ouroboros basically represents an eternal cycle of death and then life. So that's what this whole thing represents. So the snake eating its own tail, it's devouring its own tail, it's killing itself to be reborn again. It's constantly happening. That's why this is a circle, and it never stops. And sometimes it's also seen in a figure of 8, the infinity sign. That's also what it represents. So the way that I see this and what it spoke and how it spoke to me, I'm consuming my past and all of the things that I've ever been through in my life, all of the bad situations, all the toughest times that I've been through, the mistakes that I've made, the things, just everything that has brought me down, everything that's in my past. I consume it. I don't forget about it. I don't push it to the side. I don't say, you know, let's just erase that from my memory. No, I embrace it. I consume it. I take it inside of me. It is a part of me. It will forever be a part of me now, because without those experiences in my life, I would have never been able to become the man that I am now, because I would not have learned the things that I learned in those experiences. So I consume my past to constantly be reborn. I kill the past by consuming it. So in me embracing my past and assimilating it into myself, I'm essentially killing it off, but it's still becoming a part of me because I take it inside as a part of me. And I use those lessons basically to be reborn, to make myself new again, to have that rebirth and be stronger now because I have the knowledge now. So this is one reason, this is one thing that really spoke to me about this symbol of Ouroboros and why I really wanted to name this album that, because basically everything that I'm talking about is all of my past experiences.
Oh, Felipe, please don't leave me for Felipe.
And everything that I'm talking about is all the lessons I've learned in those past experiences. And now I'm coming out this new man, and I'm transitioning from my old self, my Enzo, who I used to be, into legend, who I am now, because of that whole gap that I took, that break that I took. This is why there is a connection with the nature of time, where the present is devoured by the future. The present is devoured by the future, or the past is devoured by the future, creating an infinite chain of moments that die and are born again at each moment. And then we can go into time and what that represents to me. I really believe that time is a man-made construct, and I don't believe time exists at all. I think past, present, and future is all the same thing, and we're all just living in the now. That's a totally different story. So, I mean, I didn't really explain this how I really wanted to explain this, but if you don't take anything else away from this video, just know that Ouroboros is a representation of an eternal death and rebirth, an eternal cycle of recreation. And so the reason I got this tattoo at this point in my life is because I feel like I'm transitioning into that rebirth right now. I feel like legend is my rebirth. Enzo is the past. Enzo is my ex-fiance. Enzo is the dude that went to Poland to fall in love with this girl and got his heart broke. Enzo is no more, dude. So yeah, I don't know. This video wasn't really exciting, and every video can't be that way because this stuff is tough, man, when you try to do it every day. But yeah, that's why I got this tattoo. That's what this tattoo means. This is the symbol of the snake eating his own tail, the Ouroboros, and that's why I got it, because it represents my new album, my first album as Legend, and it represents everything that the album represents, which is a rebirth and just me being a new person and sharing my experience with you guys. I'm excited for this album, man. I'm really excited, and I hope you're as excited as I am. I know some of you are, but I just want to show people that I am more than just a producer. I was actually a singer prominently, more than I was a producer. Back when I first got started in making music, I wasn't always a producer. I was actually a singer first, a performer first. This is me exposing that side of me now, finally, to you guys. So I hope you enjoy the album. I don't know if it'll be out by the end of December I really wanted it to, but I got sick the last 3 weeks and I haven't been able to record. I'm just now getting over the sickness, and so I kind of want to take it easy, ease myself in, and anyway, I'm rambling. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, leave a like, and I'll be back tomorrow with the next video. As always, guys, be legendary, stay legendary. The video's done.